Hello everyone, welcome to Yoga with Glenn. I'm Glenn. Today I have a throat chakra flow for you. The color of the throat chakra is blue, so if you like, hop into something blue and comfortable and hop on your mat and let's get started. Meet me here in Sukhasana, or easy cross-legged seated position. I'm on a bolster. We'll be here for just a bit. The throat chakra theme is self-expression and communication, and an affirmation you can repeat to yourself throughout this practice is I speak my truth freely and openly. Let's start the practice today with Brahmari Pranayama, or bumblebee breathing, and it's a low hum in the throat, and we'll do it 3 separate times, and each time we do it we'll move from the lower throat, middle throat, to the upper throat or back of the mouth area. But to do it, you can close your eyes if you like, but keep your mouth slightly open, and it's a low hum. So we'll do it for a full breath, and then we'll break, and then we'll repeat 2 times after. So to start, let's have a big inhale through the nose and out the mouth. And let's start with 1 big inhale, and then we'll start the humming. Inhale, and again the second time we're going for the middle of the throat, so slightly higher pitched. We'll inhale and we'll start the second round. And last one, top of the throat, back of the mouth. It's a little higher pitched than the last. So deep inhale, and we'll begin. That's a great way to warm up the throat, especially in the morning after just waking up. But it goes along with today, the throat chakra. So let's start with some neck rolls to warm up the neck along with the throat. And we'll start and we'll tilt our chin and our ear to the left. And then we'll take the back of our head back towards the wall or whatever's behind you. And take the right ear to the right shoulder. And take the chin down to the chest. And we'll repeat that, but the opposite direction. So right ear, right shoulder, back of the head towards the back of the wall, left ear to left shoulder, and chin to chest. Bring your head back to neutral. And we'll start by tilting our head up slowly, 10 seconds. Just leading from the chin. We're only tilting our head up. We're not leaning back as well. And back down to center. 10-second count. Once you've reached back down to center, tilt your head down just from your chin. 10 seconds. Back up to center, 10-second count. Once you've reached center, look over to the left, 10-second count, just your chin. Back to center. And over to the right, 10-second count. And back to center. The reason I say lead from the chin is because generally when people turn their head, they like to lead with the shoulders, maybe have issues with the neck, but when I say the chin, you lead from the chin. That's just trying to get just your head to move. So let's come off our bolster and we'll come into a hero's pose. Shoelace side of the foot on the ground, sitting on the heels. And throughout this practice, I encourage you to try Ujjayi breathing. That's pressing the tongue and the roof of the mouth, restricting the throat airway, restricting the mouth airway, and just breathing in and out through the nose. So it'll sound, so it's kind of like waves crashing on a beach, in and out. So when I cue inhale, inhale through the nose. When I cue exhale, exhale again through the nose by pushing the tongue to the roof of the mouth. So let's inhale, lift our arms up. Ujjayi breathing, and we'll exhale and we'll twist to our left, placing the right hand on the left thigh, chin towards the back shoulder, and left hand is on the ground behind the feet and the hips. Let's inhale, bring our chin to the front shoulder. Exhale, chin to back. Inhale, chin to front shoulder. Exhale, chin to back shoulder. Inhale, let's lift our arms straight up and take a twist to the opposite side, the right side. Left hand goes on the right thigh, right hand on the floor, on the ground, behind the hips and the feet, and your chin goes towards the right shoulder. With an inhale, just the chin towards the left shoulder, and exhale, chin towards the back shoulder. Again, inhale, chin to front shoulder, and exhale, chin to back shoulder. Then inhale, lift our arms straight up in the air, and exhale, bring our arms to the mats. And I'm going to turn, so we'll get into table posture. And we'll do a couple rounds of cat and cow pose. So with an inhale, arch the back, lift the chest, lift the chin, open the throat. And exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the back, chin falls towards the chest. Inhale, again, cow pose. Tailbone goes up, chest goes up, throat is open. Eyes gaze ahead or they're closed. And you can turn up this treatment by bending the elbows just a little bit here. And exhale, round, tailbone tucked, chin falls towards the chest for cat pose. You can also turn this treatment up. You can walk your hands back, either come up onto your fingertips or just walking your hands back towards your knees. Really rounding that back. And return to center. And inhale again for cow pose. Same options are available to you. And exhale, round into cat. Inhale, cow pose. And exhale, cat pose. Back to neutral tabletop. And you can stay where you're at on your mat. I'm just going to face towards the front, towards you. So bring your big toes to touch, sitting on your toes, not releasing them. Flip your hands around so that fingertips are pointed towards you, thumbs pointed out. And we'll do 3 rounds of lion's breath. Now, if you don't know what lion's breath is, it's sticking your tongue out, raising your eyes, opening your eyes and eyebrows, and you're exhaling through the mouth pretty much as hard as you can. And this is a good way to get the body warm for a practice and also aligns with our throat chakra. So what it's going to look like, it's going to look like this with a deep inhale. So when you're ready, you can look down at your mat if you like. You can close your eyes. You don't have to open them and open the eyebrow, or at least open the eyebrows. You don't have to open your eyes. But on a deep inhale and an excited exhale, we'll stick the tongue out, open the mouth, breathe through the mouth, open the eyes and the eyebrows. So let's begin 3 rounds with an inhale. Lion's breath was always a fun one, and maybe you feel a little bit warm after that one, but go ahead and flip your hands back around and back to your normal table posture. Maybe walk back towards the back of your mat if you're in the middle or far forward like I am. And we're going to do downward facing puppy. So our thighs will stay upright and parallel like this. And we'll walk our hands forward like we do slightly in child's pose. And we'll bring ourselves down to the mat. Now, if you're able to get there to align with this throat chakra practice, you can rest your chin on the ground. If that's not in your practice today, you're not feeling flexible today, just resting your forehead on the ground will do. Resting the chin on the ground really opens up the throat towards the earth. We'll stay here for a few breaths. If you've placed your chin on the ground and you're here and you're like, I don't like this too much, you can always switch back to resting your forehead on the earth. Come up out of downward facing puppy and sink back for just an exhale into child's pose. Inhale, back up to table. And walk your hands forward and we'll set up for another downward facing puppy with or without the chin on the ground, your choice. Just a few breaths here. After an exhale, inhale and walk yourself back up to neutral table posture. Bring the big toes to touch and sink back for child's pose. Forehead on the ground for just a breath. And after an exhale, inhale back up to neutral table posture. Toes tucked. Walk the hands out for our final downward facing puppy. Again, either chin or forehead on the ground here. After an exhale, inhale, bring yourself up, back to that neutral table posture. And we'll bring the feet together, bring the knees together, and we'll come down onto our belly. Slowly sink down, and thighs, knees, ankles together, toes release so the shoelace side of the foot is on the ground. And we'll come up
onto our elbows. Elbows right underneath our shoulders. Fingertips pointed straight ahead. And we arrive in Sphinx pose. Again, opening the throat for the throat chakra theme today. Remember to breathe here, Ujjayi breathing. Try not to scrunch up in the neck, but let the shoulders be back and down, and let your, like a string is tied to the top of your head, lifting your head. Just imagine it pulling your head up to the sky. And we can exhale and look down. And inhale, come back up, eyes forward, throat open. And we can exhale and look over to our left side. Try to look at your heels behind you. Inhale back to center. Exhale back to the other side. Trying to look at the heels again behind us. Inhale back to center. And bring your hands out about 45 degrees away from your elbow or so. And press up off those hands. And now we're in seal pose. Again, still opening the throat. And exhale, elbows back down to the ground. Elbows back underneath the shoulders. Chin up, throat open, eyes forward. And we'll exhale, look over to the right. Inhale back to center. And exhale over to the left. Trying to see our feet behind us. And inhale back to center. And relax onto your belly. Extend one arm overhead. I'm using my left. Flip over on that side and come onto your back. And you can shift your way back to the center of your mat if you like. Now reach for your bolster or pillow or rolled up blanket, whatever you may have, and we're going to come into supported fish pose. So this bolster is going to come right at the lowest part of your rib cage. We're going to bring our ankles, our bottoms of our feet together. Let our knees fall out to the side. Our chest is up and open, resting our head right in the middle of the back of our head so that our throat is open here. Arms out to your side. If your forearms touch the ground, that's great with whatever you have, but arms out to the side, space in the armpits, palms up. Just sink into this pose here, and remember, keep breathing. You can release the tongue from your upper palate. Just breathe normally, some space between the teeth maybe. Space between the eyebrows relaxed. Tongue sinks back. Just breathe at your own normal pace here. Remember, today's theme is self-expression, communication. If you've made it this far, I thank you. And if you like, please leave a comment down below and tell me what you thought of the different pranayamas today, the breathing techniques. We had the bumblebee breath, and we had the lion's breath. Tell me which one was your favorite.
remember today's affirmation. So I speak my truth honestly and openly. If you like, I invite you in your daily life to go out and speak your truth honestly and speak it openly. If you like to remain here in supported fish pose, certainly invite you to. But if you'd like to follow along, slowly bring your hands on your knees and move your knees together. Your feet come to the floor. Maybe you shift your hips over to one side, roll onto the other, roll off of your prop. Come into that Sukhasana, that easy cross-legged seated position. Walk your hips back. Sit on your sit bones. Spine nice and tall. With an inhale, together we'll circle our arms up. Opening the throat and looking at our palms touch above us. And exhale. Bring our hands down to heart center with that Anjali Mudra. Thank you everyone for joining me today. Hopefully you liked this practice. I certainly did. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.